And hello YouTube, welcome to this video. So the last video we actually talked about just some theory of how to use these solvers. So we want to do a bit of concrete code and some examples. So this is still under documentation, so I don't really want to make a new branch for this, but I'm actually going to make some Xunit tests. Okay, I'm going to make some Xunit tests which I want to do so that we can start executing code. So this video is more about the setup of that. So to make new Xunit tests, you can actually do dotnet new list. Okay, and I like to use Xunit tests. So dotnet new Xunit. Dotnet new Xunit. I will have the output because I already did this behind the scenes. My Z shell actually knows how to do it. Control L to do clear the screen. Okay, my output is just Xunit sandbox and tests. Right. Okay, I will call this this will be just a new Xunit test. I'll use the .NET command line interface. .NET new output Xunit sandbox and tests. Ooh, okay. Xunit sandbox and tests. And then it will create a new Xunit test project. And now the thing is that I will not be using the code directly. Rather, I will just get a nuget package for this code. Okay, the nuget package for SpiceSharp is .NET App Package SpiceSharp version 3.1.5. I'll go here and I'll execute this very code. Okay, .NET App Package SpiceSharp version 3.1.5. Okay, so it should be okay. And I do .NET build just to make sure everything's okay. If everything compiles well, this should be the thing. So what did we just run? We made a new .NET new Xunit. I installed the NuGet package for SpiceSharp, so that should allow us to have all the code available for SpiceSharp. Okay, including all the code that's needed to do all the tests. So I just want to get our hands a little bit dirty. Okay, it's always a good thing, get our hands dirty so that we're not just talking about theory here, we're actually talking about something that we can actually do. So I'm actually going to take a look at the SpiceSharp matrix tests, or rather the SpiceSharp solver tests. I don't want to go into nitty-gritty of matrices as far as possible, unless we absolutely have to. Okay, so let's go down to unit test 1. Okay, I'm just going to use Vim. Okay, my Vim is set up like this. I'm not going to show you how it's done in this video. If you want to know, you can actually search for other videos of how I set up Vim. Just leave leave comments. Okay, forget it. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. Just know that it's this is how I set up Vim. You can use Visual Studio, VS Code, whatever you want. Okay, that's not the main point right now. Okay, so this is the Xunit test, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change this. I'm going to change this unit test. I'm going to rename it as sandbox. Okay, sandbox.cs. Okay, it's literally what it's supposed to do. It's just here to help me sandbox. Okay, sandbox. So this is the sandbox class, and over here I will just use .NET watch test. Okay. So this trick is kind of only good for Linux. If you want to do it on Windows, you need to use the logger console something equals to detailed. Yeah. Okay, verbosity equals to detailed. Okay, .NET watch test logger console verbosity equals to detailed. That will actually help you. Okay, I need to use the logger with double R's, double G's. Okay, so this is a way more detailed version of taking a look at what is in those tests. In Linux, not Windows, I can use console write line. Console write line hi. Okay, I can do this, and technically the output should be inside here. Okay, console does not exist in context because I have not used system yet. Alright, so this is how I like to set up. Okay, 7 up. open, okay, cc using system. Okay, that should be fine. I should have a hi. See, hi actually just appears here. Okay, so every time I save this, there will be lots of nice useful output that is being put here inside the sandbox, and I can use this to do whatever I want. Okay, so in another folder, okay, I'm going to quit this folder. Okay, of course I can use do it inside Vim, but it's actually in another folder. I actually already downloaded SpiceSharp. Okay, SpiceSharp is here, and the tests for SpiceSharp are in here. SpiceSharp test. Okay, and the algebra test I'm looking for is right here. Okay, which is SpiceSharp solver tests. Okay, this actually has all the C# files. Okay, this actually has all the C# files that I want to look at. Okay, so all the solver tests are here, but they are in nunit, not xunit, so there are some conversion that must be done. Okay, so let's just I'm going to quit all of this. Okay, I'm going to go up and go to spiceSharpFluidFlowSolver. I'm going to go to my xunit test, and now I'm just going to open Vim here. For now, open here, and I'm going to go up a directory, 3 up a directory, up a directory. I'm going to go to SpiceSharp. I'm going to go to SpiceSharp test, algebra, and I'm going to do the sparse solver test first. Okay, how am I going to execute some of this code? Okay, of course I want to do my .NET watch here again. .NET watch test logger console verbosity equals to detailed. Okay, I'm going to use all of this. I'm going to yank this over and paste it here. I'll delete the system because I don't need to. Okay, so I'm going to use all these namespaces right here, and that should actually help us do the test straight away. Okay, remember I already installed the nuget package, so all the SpiceSharp things should be able to be done. So how are we going to do one of these tests? Okay, for example, when I'm doing this pivoting thing, okay, so look at line 42 right here where my cursor is, line 42. Okay, I'm going to ZZ this. I'm going to actually highlight all of this, copy and then paste it over here. Yank. I'll go over here and I'll just paste it. Okay, notice the syntax is a bit different. In xunit we use fact, in nunit there is test. Okay, oops, undo that. I'll go to the end, press the equal sign so that it indents correctly. Okay, of course this is not going to work because there's no such thing as test. I need to change this to fact. Okay, and assert, instead of equal, instead of are equal in nunit, we have just equal in xunit. Okay, this will actually just pass very nicely. So these are the main things we need to do. Okay, we change the testing here to fact over here, and we change the assert are equal to assert equal. Okay, so that is one test I actually copied over. When singleton pivoting expect no exception. So this is a very good way of naming tests. So kudos to Savant. I don't know, again, correct me if I'm pronouncing the name wrongly. I'm really sorry. I'm butchering a name. Do pardon me for that. Yeah, so if anyone knows how to pronounce it, yeah, let me know in the comments. Yes. Okay, I actually want to copy this test, which was on the line 174. This test over here, the one where we have the MATLAB example. Okay, I'm going to yank this whole thing. Now I'll paste it here. Okay, I'm going to Shift V and go to the end, press equals, and save. Because we will have some errors right here because there's nothing called test, nothing called test. So this should be called fact. Okay, and remember when we have assert, we cannot use the are equal method because xunit does not have a are equal method. So you have to change this all to assert equal. Okay. Okay. The last thing is that argument cannot convert from double to system connections generic equality comparer. Okay. What is this part doing? This part is actually just It's just pretty much saying that, hey, I have this reference number here, reference a real number, the real part of the complex number. I compare it to the solution. Okay, I compare it to the solution, and I have a tolerance of 1 times 10 to the minus 12. Okay, how are we supposed to do this equivalent for X unit? Because that's how you do it in N unit. Okay, so the assert equal method has this syntax. The first thing you put is expected, the second thing is actual, the third thing is precision. Okay, you actually put an integer in the last part. Okay, so let's say you're interested in comparing to 4 decimal places, you use assert equal this and this up to 4 decimal places. So you put the number of decimal places at the end. So a good substitute is just to delete this 1 times 10 to the power of whatever, and you just have the number of decimal places approximately at the back. Okay, and like that, the test should work very nicely. Of course, credits to the Stack Overflow again. Always life-saving. Olegi, I don't know how to pronounce name again, but that's the username. Okay, the one who provided this information. So very useful here. Okay, so this actually sets us up very nicely for getting fact tests and everything over here. So we are ready to sort of mess around with matrices in SpiceSharp. We actually just copy some tests over from the N unit when we converted it to the X unit. Okay, I converted all these namespaces over. Okay, converted all these namespaces over. Let me use GG. Yeah, go all the way up. Use all these namespaces over, and I just copied them over here. I use dotnet watch test. Alright, and this will be my testing environment. Okay, so we can actually, in Linux, of course, use console write line. If you actually want to take a look at the output, Control W Shift N will go up, and then you can use the Vim key bindings here. But anyway, the what do you call it? The emphasis is not Vim. The emphasis is SpiceSharp. Okay, but this is how I will do it. Okay, using a .NET Watch test. Okay, and then we'll just deal with all the SpiceSharp things over here. Okay, I think that is enough. Oh, total elapsed time 1.08 seconds. That's a little bit long for me. Okay, but never mind. I'll talk about this next time. Maybe we can talk about speeding this up using asynchronous methods. I do not know if that will work, but I think it potentially can. So yeah, shall see you next time in the next video maybe. Okay, thank you.